Hasselblad XPAN, this is not. Every once in a while I get an urge to get an XPAN, go on eBay, and I get reminded of its ludicrous price. And similar to Leica, it's not going down anytime soon. This is a full-frame camera with a 33mm t1.8 1.5 anamorphic lens, and compared to XPAN, results are quite similar.
And I base that on absolutely nothing.
Even though I don't own an XPAN, I've plowed through endless photo samples, and after desqueezing an anamorphic image, you go from 3:2 to 2.2:1, while XPAN is 65:24 or 2.7:1. So even though it's not exactly the same, I'd say it's close enough. I'm aware that Panasonic S9 has a 65:24 mode, but that's merely cropping the part of the sensor. Before we continue, let's address the elephant in the room. I am not advocating buying an anamorphic lens and an expensive PL mount adapter just for this purpose. That's ludicrous, but if you already have something similar, it's worth playing around with. I spent 2 weeks with this setup. That's how much fun this was for me. This format is akin to a single-shot panorama. Everything looks different and it tends to rekindle your passion for photography. You have to deal with manual focus and practice catching the right moment. But it's the same thing with XPAN and film photography in general. My camera does have 1.33 times and 2 times anamorphic desqueeze, which would be fine if it were available in the photo mode. To solve this, we have 2 options. You can slap on a proper 7-inch external monitor and enjoy it, or use your phone, get an USB-C cable, plug it in, use an app, and it's ready to go with minimal lag and no setup time. Using a phone, no matter which app, is not perfect for focusing, even when enabling high-quality feed. Enabling focus peaking helps a bit, but it's still subpar in my opinion. I adapted to this by sometimes burst shooting and other times walking around with preset focus. Using a massive Blackmagic 7-inch video assist monitor helps a lot with focusing. But look at it. It's not exactly low profile now, is it? And of course, you are less likely to spook people with a minimalistic rig. Image quality directly ties into one of my previous videos, testing the video capabilities of this lens, especially when it comes to corners. Yeah, the corners are pretty soft, but f5.6 and above is acceptable. f8 is optimal, I'd say. This photo in particular illustrates this well. See? Quite decent corners. Most of the shots were taken between f1.8 and f8. And I'm sure you can deduce which ones are which. I would have loved to mark each shot, so it's easier to compare different f-stops. But since it's a completely manual lens, there's no metadata being recorded, unfortunately. Some of these photos were taken on a full frame, while others on micro four thirds, so 33mm versus 66mm equivalent. During one of my strolls, a local tough guy started yelling and cussing at me. I tried to calm him down and offered to delete the photos, even though I wasn't photographing him, nor was he in any of the photos, but to no avail. He continued to escalate, refusing to talk, and somehow I managed to resolve the conflict without my camera taking any damage. I can see how shooting this way can be a problem for Nikon Z and Canon RF users due to shitty anamorphic support, very bad phone apps, lack of third-party support, but lack of monitoring is not the end of the world. You just need to keep your subject properly framed, and in a way you'll be having an even more authentic XPAN experience because you'll be seeing the results only after properly developing on your PC. When it comes to developing, the squeezing photos is the most tedious part of the process. You need to resize the dimensions of the photo, multiply or divide it with your anamorphic squeeze factor, and this tends to waste a lot of your time, especially when you have hundreds of photos. So to speed it up, I recommend doing this. Open Affinity or Photoshop, record your macro action, resize photo, stop the recording. And now you're one click away from desqueezing your photos. I made 4 of these for horizontal and vertical shooting and for my different cameras, so editing is almost as fast as for normal photography. In the future, I'll probably be getting 75 or 85mm anamorphic lens because I'd like to do some portrait work in this format. Sirui is having a massive sale on their anamorphic lenses, so that might be worth looking into, but with Sirui I would be limited to only one mount, so PL is preferable for me. In any case, try new things, never settle, and respect the ducks.